If you are a Lego investor and you buy Lego sets and hold them while the values go up over time, then you probably wish that you could tell the future, and you probably wish that you had an assistant that you could just ask to do research for you on which are the best Lego sets to invest in because they're going to grow in value. And in the last couple of months, there's been a ton of talk about ChatGPT. This, of course, is a chatbot that you can use on the internet that will answer your questions, and it uses artificial intelligence, and it's pretty insane. So naturally, I got really curious. Can I use ChatGPT to help me in my Lego investing business? Can I ask it questions about Lego sets that are going to grow in value, or about my research of different sets and different themes? Will it be helpful as an assistant for Lego investors? That is the question we're going to answer in this video here today. I'm going to jump into ChatGPT. I'm going to ask it questions about Lego investing, and I think this is going to be a ton of fun. I have no idea what to expect with this. I played with a few questions a while back, but I'm going to go a little deeper here today, and we're going to explore whether this could be actually useful for us as Lego investors. And before we jump in, if you're new here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to learn about how to create an epic income for you and your family by investing in Lego sets. Now again, ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence chatbot, and you can ask it questions in normal language, in natural language, as if you were talking to a friend, and it will understand what you're asking it will interpret it, and it will give you an answer. It doesn't give you links to websites like Google or Bing does. It gives you actual answers, and some of the things you can do with ChatGPT are honestly absolutely insane. You can ask it to write things for you, so you could write an entire story using it, and you can ask it to tell you jokes and to tell you stories, to write emails for you. But also you can ask it how to do things like write code or how to change the faucet in your bathroom. Instead of going to Google, you can ask ChatGPT. It will break it down into a list, and then you can also ask it to categorize the list, to build it into a table with different columns. There's all sorts of cool things that you can do with it. And so I'm super curious to learn, how can we use this as Lego investors? All right, so let's jump in now. Let's start asking ChatGPT some questions about Lego and Lego investing. So let's start off with something super broad and open-ended, and I'm just going to ask it to tell us about a Lego set. So tell me about Lego First Flying Lesson, which is the set that is right next to me right now. Lego Harry Potter First Flying Lesson is a building set inspired by Harry Potter books and movies. The set depicts a scene from Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Okay, so already you can see what this is capable of, right? It's spitting out this big response right now, and it's, you know, it wrote 3 paragraphs about this set for us. The set includes 3 minifigures, Harry, Hermione, and Draco Malfoy, each wearing their Hogwarts robes and carrying a broomstick. First up, I mean, the minifigs I think is not accurate here. So this set actually has 4 minifigs in it. One of them is a golden 20th anniversary Professor Quirrell, and it has Madam Hooch, Draco Malfoy, and Neville Longbottom. It doesn't actually have Harry or Hermione in this set. So right off the top, it got something wrong. So that is, of course, something to be aware of with ChatGPT, is that, you know, you got to fact check. You got to make sure that it's giving you accurate information. So it gave us the wrong minifigures here, but let's see what else it said. Small section of Hogwarts Castle, a tower, and a courtyard. That is all accurate stuff. The tower features a trap door that opens to reveal a broomstick storage room. So this is all pretty good, right? And the set is designed for children 6 and up and contains 53 pieces. It's not. It's a 264 piece set. So right off the top, we're not off to a good start with ChatGPT telling us about this Lego set, but I think we can get better. I want to learn more about its understanding of the number of minifigs inside the box and the number of pieces. So let's ask it another question about that. So let's say, how many pieces were in Lego Great Wall of China? Okay, Lego Great Wall of China was part of the architecture series. It was released in 2018 and contained 551 pieces. So I'm actually going to have to verify that. So let's just search for this real quick and actually check. On the Lego site, we have 551 pieces. So it got that right. We had the accurate piece count for Great Wall of China. It also has some other information there about the set. Now, what if I want to take this a step further? And what if I want to say, make me a table that lists every Lego architecture set with their number of pieces? Sure, here's a table listing every Lego architecture set along with its number of pieces. How crazy is that, right? It's building us a table right now with all of the Lego architecture sets and the number of pieces inside of the box. Now, again, as we just saw with First Flying Lesson, some of these may not be accurate, so we would want to confirm that, and we wouldn't want to just make decisions on any of this stuff right away. We're going to have to confirm it. But this could be pretty interesting to get started with some research, right? If you're kind of thinking about that, you might also be able to ask it to do a price per piece calculation. You can probably do that. So let's give that a shot, right? So price per piece, for anyone who's not aware, is basically if you take the number of pieces and you divide the cost of the set into that, then you get the price for each of the pieces inside the box. Let's ask it if it can do that, right? So what is the price per piece of Lego Great Wall of China? So Lego Great Wall has had a retail price of $50 and contained 551 pieces. To calculate the price per piece, you would divide the total price by the number of pieces. $50 divided by 551 pieces is 0.09 per piece. That's 9 cents per piece. Therefore, the price per piece of the Great Wall is approximately 9 cents per piece. How cool is that, right? That is so cool that I can actually figure those things out. So that we're off to a pretty good start. What if we want to ask it about some themes, right? So how many Lego themes are there? So it's going to think for a minute. And as of my knowledge, cut off in 2021. So it is important to note that ChatGPT was trained on the internet. Basically, all the data on the internet is how they train this artificial intelligence chatbot. So that it knows so much about so much. But it was trained in 2021. And so it can't tell you things about, current events. You can't ask it what's happening in the news today because it's kind of trained on old information. And so we always need to remember that as well. As of my knowledge, cut off in 2021, there were over 100 Lego themes that had been released over the years. However, the number may have increased since then as Lego continues to release new themes and retire older ones. Some of the most popular, and it gives us some popular themes here. Lego themes are typically centered around specific genres, interests. Okay, so it's just kind of building out a little bit of a story here, but it gave us the real piece of information that we were looking for, which is, the kind of over 100 Lego themes. Then if we want to ask it a little more, so what if we ask it which Lego theme has had the most sets released? As of my knowledge, Lego City has had the most sets released with over 1,000 sets in its collection. Okay, that makes sense. And then it's just giving us some more information about Lego City in the second paragraph. In the third paragraph, it's going on to give us some other themes that we may want to think about. So other Lego themes with a high number of sets include Lego Star Wars, which has had over 700 sets, and Ninjago, which has had over 200 sets. Again, we would want to confirm some of that information, but it is pretty interesting that it's able to quickly tell us that 700 sets for Star Wars. And then we could try to ask it about the number of minifigs. So we saw it mention minifigs earlier. It got some stuff wrong. Let's double down on that. So let's ask how many minifigures are in Lego Gamers Market. The Lego Gamers Market set, which is part of Lego Minecraft. Okay, it's not Minecraft, it's Ninjago. So once again, we see a mistake here. The 9 minifigures are Steve. Okay, it's got a list of... Unless there was a Minecraft Gamers Market. I don't think that there was. Okay, so let's try again. How many minifigs are in Lego Hogwarts Castle? Okay, so Lego Hogwarts Castle includes 27 minifigures. So that depends on who you ask, because the Hogwarts Castle really only has 4 minifigures, but the rest of them are like micro figures. And so... I'm actually not sure if the number is 27 of those micro figures, but let me check it. So Lego Hogwarts Castle, the total number of micro figures here, so 28. 28 minifigs, even though we know that it's not minifigs. There's really only 4 minifigs in this set. The rest of them are micro. So they say 28 and it gave us 27. So it's pretty close, right? It's pretty close. Okay, so I'm still impressed by that. And it gave us the full list. We didn't even ask for the full list, but it gave us the full list. All right, so let's try something different. What about if we ask it about shelf life? So what if we say, what is the average shelf life of Lego Speed Champions? The shelf life of Lego Speed Champion sets can vary depending on a variety of factors. On average, Lego Speed Champion sets tend to be available for purchase for around 1 to 2 years from their initial release date. That is accurate. It's around 2 years is the approximate average shelf life of Speed Champions. 1 to 2 years is just a bit broad. I would rather if it gave us a more granular average, but it's not wrong. After this time, Lego may choose to retire the set and discontinue production, making it more difficult to find on store shelves, hence why it grows in value, hence why we can invest in it to grow our wealth. Okay, what else can we ask? So about shelf life. So what if we try to really probe it here? I don't know if it's going to get this one, but what if we say, make me a table of every Speed Champions set with the date it was released, the date it retired, and the length of time it was available before retirement. Okay, is it going to get this? Here's a table with some of the most popular LEGO Speed Champion sets along with the release date, retirement date. It's building the table. Set name, McLaren Senna, release date 2019, retirement date still available. Okay, those sets are not still available. Ferrari F8 Tributo retired, but again, this is based on old information because it was trained in 2021. It definitely didn't give us everything for Speed Champions here. It gave us a handful of sets, and some of them it did give us, release date, retirement date, and the calculation of time available, so shelf life. But it also got some stuff wrong here. It also said Ferrari Ultimate Garage was still available. So again, we just got to be aware of that. Asking about retirement dates and different things like that, it's not going to know current information. So it doesn't know when sets have retired, if they've retired in the last couple of years. I can also ask it to add to this table. So what if I say something like add MSRP to this table? Let's see if it can do that. So here's an updated table. So it's literally going to recreate the table with the MSRP value included. And now we see the MSRP has been added in the fourth column here. $15, $20, $30. That is just fantastic. This is an insight into what we can expect in the future, folks, with having a personal virtual assistant chatbot that will just do the things that you need done, right? This is something that when I first started as a LEGO investor, I was manually doing all this stuff. I was downloading sets and getting the release dates and calculating the shelf life and all of these different things. So what if we ask it, how many sets typically retire in a year? I don't know. So I'm not asking Lego sets, I'm asking sets. I don't know if it's going to know what I'm asking there. So let's try it. The number of Lego sets. So it knew I was asking about Lego because we were already talking about Lego. And that's why it knew that that's what I was asking it. So the number of Lego sets that retire each year can vary depending on several factors. We heard it say something like that before. However, on average, Lego typically retires around 10 to 15% of its sets each year. So I actually don't know if that's accurate, so I can't fact check that question. 10 to 15%. I thought that it was a little more than 10 to 15% that they retire each year, and I'm pretty sure it is more. But interesting that it at least was able to calculate something and give us an answer. And what if we ask it why? And this is one of the questions that I get all the time. Why do Lego sets retire? Lego sets retire for a variety of reasons. It's going to give us a list here. Sales performance. Lego sets are typically produced for a limited time based on their popularity and sales performance. Licensing agreements. Availability of parts. Okay, it's given us some interesting thoughts here. Refreshing the product line. Number 4 is the real reason, right? Number 4 is kind of like that's why they do it. You know, the sales performance, it can change the retirement date, but eventually the set will retire because refreshing the product line. That is the real strategy from the Lego group. Important to note that the retirement of a set does not necessarily mean it is no longer available for purchase. That is a good point. Yes, it may linger in stock in retailers. Very, very interesting answer, and 4 pretty good points here from ChatGPT as to why Lego sets retire. Now, what if we want to ask ChatGPT about how to run our Lego investing business, right? What if we want to ask it for some tips? So let's try, what are some tips for storing sealed Lego sets? And let's see what it says. If you're looking to store or seal Lego sets for future building or collecting, here are some tips to help keep them in good condition. Keep them cool and dry. Absolutely, right? That is a very, very important point. Keep them sealed. Yes, keep them sealed. Store them upright. Okay, that is not a bad thought. You don't have to store them upright, but it does depend on... so they have more structure when they're stored upright. So if you lay them flat and you stack them, the weight from the top, it presses down worse on the bottom. But if you store them kind of like this, keep them upright, there's more structure, and so you can, the weight is not as bad. Label them clearly. Yeah, it's not a bad thought, right? If you have multiple Lego sets in storage, you're going to want to label them. If you're using tote bins or boxes, you want labels. Protect them from dust. That's a good point as well. So it's given us 5 fairly good points here. There are, of course, more that we would want to think about as to our Lego storage solutions. So that is also pretty interesting. Now, here's one that I'm super curious about. Can it tell me a return on investment calculation? So what if I say to it, if I bought a Lego set for $40, and sold it for $100, I had to pay fees of $20. What is my profit and return on investment. To calculate your profit and ROI, we need to subtract the original cost and the fees. Profit equals sale cost minus cost plus fees. If your profit was, your profit is equal to $100 minus your fees and your cost, that's 40 plus 20, so your profit is $40. Calculate your return on investment, we need to divide your profit by your original investment and then multiply it by 100 to get a percentage. Return on investment is profit divided by cost multiplied by 100. Therefore, your ROI is 40 divided by 40 by 100, so your ROI is 100%. That is fantastic. It can literally calculate return on investments for you. So you could plug in, a handful of sets and some of your costs and your fees and different things and let it do a calculation. Now, obviously, I prefer to do that in Excel and, automate some of that stuff. But very interesting that it can give you calculations. Not only is it doing the calculation here, but it is breaking down step by step what it's doing. It didn't just calculate 100% return. It said, here's how to do it, right? Here's how I'm going to calculate this for you. It gave you line by line, plugging your numbers into the formula and landed on your profit and landed on your return on investment so you can see exactly what it did. That is pretty impressive. Now, there is one last big question that I want to try and ask ChatGPT. I want to see what it will think of whether sets will grow in value or not. What if I say something like, will Lego Harry Potter First Flying Lesson grow in value when it retires? Okay, I don't think it's going to give us a straight answer on this. Possible that Lego Harry Potter First Flying Lesson may increase in value after it retires, but it's difficult to predict with certainty. The value of retired Lego sets is largely determined by supply and demand. Absolutely not enough people think about that in Lego investing, as well as the popularity of the set among collectors. Factors that could contribute to the set's potential increase in value include its popularity among Harry Potter and Lego fans, the scarcity of the set once it's retired, and the number of unique pieces and minifigures in the set. So this is giving us some pretty good things to look out for in winning Lego sets right here. These are 3 of the signals that I look for. I've got a lot of signals that I look for in picking winning sets, and those are some important ones. So ChatGPT, good job. You would make a reasonable Lego investor. However, there is no guarantee that the set will increase in value or that the increase in value will be significant. So it's covering its back, right? It's making sure that nobody goes out and buys this set because it said so. It's being careful about what it's advising. If you're interested in investing in Lego sets for their potential value, it's important to keep in mind that there are no guarantees and the past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Another good point. So a solid answer there in kind of indirectly saying it's possible, it may grow in value, but I'm not giving you a straight answer. Super interesting. And honestly, I'm very excited for where this goes into the future, right? Because we're just at the start of this AI revolution, and I'm so excited for what is coming next. So what do you think? Have you played with ChatGPT as a Lego investor? What are some questions you asked it? Are you impressed? Are you unimpressed? Will you be using this in your Lego investing business? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, if you want to learn more about Lego investing, we also have a free Lego investing Facebook group. So I definitely recommend going and joining that Facebook group if you haven't already. You can find the link in the description down below. And if you want to watch more content on Lego investing right now, I do suggest you check out this video right here. I think you're going to love that one. And with that, I'm Shane from brickbucks.net. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.